Hey, what's going on? It's JDM, Jason Dowdy Music. If you've been following me lately, you know that I am on a journey to leave my 9 to 5 and do music full time. If you want to see that happen, just follow the hashtag no9to5 by 2028 and you can see it unfold. All right, so today I want to talk about rejection. In order to be an artist of any kind, you have to get comfortable with rejection. And I think probably the biggest problem for most people is that you're going to think of it as something personal, as if somebody doesn't like your art, right? And we get tied up in our arts. You know, we're expressing ourselves. We are reaching inside of our lives. We're pulling out something personal, and we're sharing it with the world. And rejection can feel like they didn't like that, which means they don't like you, and they don't like, you know what I mean? Like, you can take it very personally. But you can't have that attitude if you're trying to actually monetize, make a living with your art, things like that. You have to put that aside. Most of the time, I mean, I'm not saying all of the time, but most of the time, if you've been validated, like if you have some sort of validation system that says your art is at the quality it needs to be, I think sometimes we'll take rejection as it's not good enough, right? You'll kind of take that message from a rejection, but you shouldn't, especially if you know, like let's say you're in the syncproducerhub and you put your art out there for a music, you know, the music listening Friday night show, or maybe you put it in for peer review. If you put it in for peer review and you're getting a lot of yeah, it sounds pretty good, maybe you should do this, tweak that type of thing. Maybe your quality wasn't quite there yet when you submitted it to a music library, for example. But if you're, you know, if it's coming back as, yo, this is fire, this is amazing, I love this, it's not your quality, right? It's just that whatever piece of music you submitted didn't fit their what they need. So, you know, you may have the most amazing, I don't know, I make a lot of crime tension tracks, right? So, you know, like ambient tension, perfect for dramas and news and investigative stories, things like that. They don't even have any clients that do that, or they have a bunch of composers already that are already giving them exactly, you know, meeting that need. So a rejection doesn't mean your music's not good. A rejection doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing. It has nothing to do with you. It just has to do with the needs of that music licensing company, that music supervisor, whoever you're pitching to, and does it fit their need? Now, that's not to say you can't get better, you can't keep learning, you can't improve your craft, right? Always do that on a day-to-day basis, but just get comfortable with rejection. It's a lot like fishing. It's a numbers game. So you're just casting out your line. Every time you reel it back in, you know, you're not going to get a fish. You know, I would say, you know, every time I've gone fishing, I've probably cast it out 100, 200 times and didn't catch anything because I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to fishing, like in real life, right? But look at it that way, right? You may get rejection after rejection. Has nothing to do with the quality of your music, has nothing to do with you as a person. It just has to do with their needs and if it meets one of their needs. So I hope this helps. You know, I've had a few rejections recently, but that's opened a door. Now I have a channel of communication. I have a name. I have a contact, right? Those are all good things. And I'm, you know, what I'm going to do with anybody that writes me back is I'm going to take an even harder look at their music licensing business, figure out exactly what they need, and see if I could be a fit down the line, right? So the next time I submit, I have a contact name. I'm going to be a lot more educated on their business. I'm going to send them a lot more personalized messages, and have a greater chance of possibly, you know, landing with them. So I hope this helps. If you have any ideas on that, if you've been rejected lately, just leave something in the comments and let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Let's go.